Hello, me again. It's only a 2-minute walk, but then this is my kingdom. You've just seen Mama F's plot. This will be mine. Currently, we've got bits and pieces of blossom. Here is the Braeburn tree, and ordinarily this tree is pretty damn ugly. It's a big, gangly, skeletal thing, and this year it's actually blossomed and bloomed, and we've got beautiful pink and red apple blossom, as you can see. They often make the most of the Braeburn tree, but this year we might have to. It's a great big sprawling mass of a tree, so hopefully we'll get an abundance of apples and the frost hasn't knocked everything off. Next door to that we have the grapevine. There are 3 grapevines there. We've got Madeline Silver now, I think it's called, and Boscoop Glory. So we've got a red one and we've got a white one. We've also got lots of gooseberry plants that are only just starting to kick off, and dandelions. I will kid you not, I don't like killing dandelions. Dandelions keep the bees happy and healthy, so, and you get to make infinite number of wishes. So what's not to like with a dandelion? They are generally a plant in the wrong place. Admittedly, they can get a bit thuggish, but you know, you have to roll with the punches, or in this case dandelions. So there are gooseberries. The raised beds at the moment, some of them have been tidied up and are waiting to be planted up. Some need some more compost. Some are currently incubating a wheelbarrow. And the plan is, as ever, to reclaim the plot, make sure it's tidied up. Yes, there is still a hole in my polytunnel, and there's a lot of work to be done, predominantly on the far side of the plot. You can see over there the rather brown and dead grass, which I know weed killer does divide people. The plan is to tidy up and pull up, and that is really on the agenda over the coming weeks. I think as seedlings start to grow at home, we need to make sure everything looks tidy, everything is not necessarily squeaky clean. My plot will never be as squeaky clean as Mum's, but just to make sure that everything has its place. So raised beds, lots of potential here to grow. We have some raspberries over there. Those raspberries are actually yellow ones. They are, I think they're the autumn variety actually. In most cases I chop them down in generally January to March. These do actually produce really nice yellow raspberries. There are strawberries as well. Here you go. There are strawberry plants down there. Strawberries I'm not so keen on. They usually end up in the home brew. But I think we've got a lesser crop this year. So raised bed to tidy up, raised bed to tidy up. The currant bushes have taken a long time to establish, and you can see just about the strings of flowers that will form the fruit. I don't think I've ever seen them this early, but there is the tiniest of fruits forming. On the allotment we have red, white and black currants. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with them, to be honest. I've used them for jams and jellies and also put them into wine. What I've yet to do with them is to put them into cake and to puddings. I think that will be something that we certainly try to do this year. So there's quite a few of those. I think there's about 9 currant bushes. I don't have them covered. I know most people on the allotment will have them covered and will protect them from the birds. These are still young in terms of their lifespan, and I can get to the fruit quite easily before the birds. She says famous last words. So keeping an eye on those and making sure that they do crop. There's not much blossom left actually. I think the pear tree has set. Let's have a look. There are little fleshy bits of pear, so we shall see. I think last year we got all of 2 pears that ended up in chutney. Might have a few more this time. There's quite a few bits and pieces that were pears, so pear blossoms. So fingers crossed. And we're just going to go past the Falstaff. This is probably one of the first apple trees I ever had, and again we've got tiny little bumps on the back of the blossom. The William Shakespeare's hiding down there, and a lot of this has been tidied up. I don't like digging, so you'll never guess who I got to help. Blueberries. Blueberries have been hit and miss. I think there's Darrow and Blue Crop, and the blueberries tend to live in very acidic ericaceous compost, and I have 3 in pots. I made that decision to put them into pots rather than the open ground because it's difficult then for me to regulate the acidity of the soil. And again, we have some blueberry blossom. I think one year I did actually put blueberries in gin. They weren't homegrown blueberries. Maybe this year I can rectify that and put blueberries into gin. There are mostly fruit trees up here with the odd raspberry and more dandelions. We have, I think, I can't remember which one this is now. This is Stella, and Stella has had blossomed quite a bit. There you go, baby cherry. Last year this tree didn't do an awful lot, so I'm quite happy for it to be fruiting this year. That just goes to show sometimes if you persevere and remain positive, things do come off. So that's one cherry tree. The other cherry tree, if you come with me, oh, strawberry plant, excuse me, is over here. And this is, which one is this? This is Morello. And it's still blossoming, look. Giving her her best. And we've got another baby cherry there. This was a tree that actually surprised me last year. We had 6 cherries from this tree last year. As you can imagine, if you're not expecting to have cherries and you get 6, it can be quite a positive experience. So fruit trees largely up here. Over there, that is actually an apricot tree. I'm going to have a look in a moment to see what that tree is up to. But it's all about fruit and roses up here, and the roses are starting to kick in. So if we go over here, we have a couple of buds. The vast majority of the roses on this side of the allotment are the lost label roses, so I have no idea what they are, what varieties, and some of them are quite sprawling, like this one, and some of them are quite diminutive, like that one over there. But this is the avenue of roses, and in the summer, the height of summer, when all of them are in bloom, it actually smells like lemons up here. So you've got a very, very fruity aspect of the allotment. There is a lot of work to do, she says, nearly tripping over strawberry plants. They are everywhere. It's very hard to get rid of these things, these strawberries. So lots and lots to do, lots and lots to prepare. It can get really overwhelming if you've got lots of things to do. And I think that's probably what I've experienced over the last couple of months. So much to do and not a lot of time to do it in. Take it slowly, do one thing at a time. So for me right now, those raised beds, as ever, have been the focus point, making sure that everything's tidied up. Half of this plot has already got raised beds, so the plan is to completely, utterly carry it all the way up to the top and have raised beds. I don't tend to have a positive experience with open ground, so raised beds, fill them with leaf mould, organic material, top them off with multi-purpose compost, and then use those in a way that's far more effective up here. The soil on this allotment plot is heavy clay in places, so when it dries out it becomes like concrete, but not making it very productive, not friable at all. So there you go, my little bit of England leaves a lot of, well, work. Not a lot of work. We're going to be positive about this and think about what it is that we can achieve and what we're going to achieve whilst enjoying it. It's alright having plans. Plans can change, plans can shift, plans can be reorientated, and hopefully with the growing season I can reclaim this plot, feel more positive about changing it, about growing. There might be some food experiments, there might be some homebrew experiments, but there's going to be experiments just generally. We as human beings learn through play, through exploration, and this allotment plot has always been about play, about exploration, about improvement and being happy holistically, psychologically and physically. And I think that's what I need, something to get back onto an even keel, to explore my creative and productive side and enjoy it. So once again, I'm going to wish you a happy weekend. Don't work too hard. I've got a long list of schoolwork to do, which I will do later on. But have fun, get out in the sunshine, get your hands dirty, enjoy.